Okay, so get this. We're diving deep into AI agents today.
Yeah.
And hold on tight, because this is not just another AI chatbot.
No.
This is AI that can actually, like, take charge.
Yeah.
It can get things done,
Right.
Think a personal assistant, but way more powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Not just managing your calendar, but like booking flights,
Mm.
negotiating deals, and even like, I don't know, learning your preferences.
Exactly. And that's the power of these agents.
That is powerful.
It really is kind of a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
It's like having a cookbook
Right.
versus having a personal chef.
Right.
The cookbook can give you the information, but it's the chef that actually takes the knowledge, applies it, and creates something, incredible.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And the source material we're looking at today really lays that out beautifully.
Yeah, it does.
So let's break it down. What exactly what defines an agent in this, this whole new wave of AI?
So I think at their core, these generative AI agents, they're really applications. They're laser focused on achieving a specific goal,
Okay.
and they interact with the world around them. They gather information, and they really leverage a set of tools to take real world action.
Okay, so unlike a typical AI model that just gives you back like some text or spits out an image, these agents can actually go out and impact the physical world.
Exactly.
Now, this source material even mentions that they can act independently,
Yeah.
proactively.
Right.
So does that mean they're like making decisions on their own?
Yeah.
Like, how does that even work?
Well, that's the exciting part, is these agents aren't just they're not just following pre-programmed instructions.
Okay.
They're able to analyze situations, maybe anticipate needs, and then, figure out the best course of action to reach their goal. Even if things change, they can adapt.
So the whole new level of sophistication with AI.
Yeah.
So how do these agents actually work? Like, what's going on under the hood?
It's funny. You can think of an agent as having like 3 essential components. Okay. And it's like it's almost like a 3-legged stool.
Okay.
You need all 3 for it to function. So first you have, the brain.
Okay.
That's the AI model. Then you have the hands,
Okay.
which are the tools the agent uses to interact with the world.
Got it.
And finally, you have the plan, which is this orchestration layer that kind of guides the decision-making process.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that analogy. So let's start with the brain, the model. Is this like a specific type of AI model?
Yeah, typically the brain is a large language model or an LLM.
Got it.
And it's the decision-making center of the agent.
Okay.
It processes the information, chooses which actions to take. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be this one massive model.
Right.
It could be more like a team of specialized models. Each one has its own strengths.
So almost like departments in a company.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Interesting. So is this model, is it like specifically trained to be an agent, or is this more like a general purpose model that's been sort of adapted?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So while these models are trained on a ton of general data, the key is we refine them for the specific role within the agent.
Okay.
It's almost like giving the model an agent training manual.
Okay.
And it shows them how the agent's tools work, how to reason through different situations, and how to achieve its goal.
So it's all about fine-tuning the model.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about the hands, the tools?
Right.
What kind of tools are we talking about here?
These are the agent's interface with the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
And they allow it to access information, interact with different systems, and even trigger actions.
Got it.
A great example of this would be APIs.
Okay.
Application programming interfaces. You've probably heard of those.
Yeah, definitely.
You can think of them as messengers that allow different software systems to talk to each other.
Yeah, especially in software development, I hear about APIs all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So the agent uses these APIs to get things done.
It can, but there's kind of an important layer in between that streamlines the whole process. And we call these extensions.
Extensions.
Yeah,
Different.
and they're like universal adapters.
Gotcha.
They bridge the gap between the agent and a wide range of APIs.
So why not just hard code it, for each specific API?
You could.
Yeah.
That would be incredibly inefficient.
Okay.
And probably really prone to errors.
Right, right.
Imagine trying to build an agent that books, like flights,
Sure.
With custom code, you'd have to anticipate every single way a user might phrase their request.
Yeah.
What if they say round-trip ticket instead of return flight?
Right, or slang or something like that.
Exactly. Extensions give us a more standardized and adaptable solution.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's much more elegant.
Yeah.
So the extensions provide a way to, it's almost like a plug-and-play system.
It is, yeah.
To connect the agents to various APIs,
Yeah.
which makes them super versatile.
Yeah.
Now, does this agent training manual you mentioned earlier, does that include information about these extensions?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
The training process teaches the agent how to use each extension, what information it needs, and when it's appropriate to use.
So, okay, so this is all starting to click now.
Good.
We got the brain, the model, we've got the hands, the tools,
Right.
specifically accessed through these extensions.
Yep.
Now, what about the plan, this orchestration layer? How does that fit into all of this?
So the orchestration layer is all about strategy and execution.
Okay.
It's really this cyclical process that guides the agent from receiving input to taking action
Okay.
and achieving its goal.
Gotcha.
You can almost think of it as like a sophisticated flow chart
Okay.
where the agent takes information in, it reasons through possible options, and then decides on the best course of action based on, its tools and its knowledge.
So it's almost like a mini project manager inside the agent, making sure everything stays on track.
It is, yeah.
Does this orchestration layer, does it also come into play when dealing with these extensions?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
The orchestration layer will help the agent determine which extension is best suited for a particular task, based on the user's request and the outcome.
So it's really interesting how this is it's all starting to come together.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling we're just scratching the surface here.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
There's a whole world beyond these extensions, right?
There is. There are a lot of tools beyond just extensions, and the way they interact with the model and the orchestration layer is where things get really interesting.
Okay, I can't wait to dive in. This is really fascinating stuff.
Yeah, it is.
This is going to be a really insightful deep dive.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's keep going. Okay, so we've got the basics of these AI agents now.
Right.
We've got the brain, which is the LLM.
Yep.
We've got the hands to interact with the world, the extensions, and the plan managed by that orchestration layer. What else is there in this AI agent world?
Well, now let's imagine we're building like a team of specialized agents for maybe like a tech company.
Okay.
One agent could be handling customer inquiries,
Right.
another managing social media, and another analyzing like market trends or something.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. It sounds kind of like how departments in a company work together.
Yeah, exactly.
So if we're building this team of AI agents, wouldn't that require just tons of custom code
Right.
and integrations for each one?
Well, that's where the beauty of standardized tools comes in.
Oh,
Remember
sure.
those extensions we talked about before?
Right.
They're not the only way for agents to connect and interact. Let's talk about functions.
Okay, function.
Yeah.
Are they like more specialized extensions?
They kind of serve a similar purpose
Okay.
in that they allow agents to leverage external systems, but they work a little bit differently.
Okay.
With an extension, the agent itself makes the API call
Right.
to get the information or to trigger the action.
Okay.
With a function, the agent actually outsources that execution to the client side.
So it's like the agent's delegating.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
When would you choose a function over an extension? Like what are the advantages there?
Well, a key advantage is control.
Okay.
Using a function allows developers to manage the execution of API calls, to make sure it aligns with maybe like security protocols or data handling requirements.
Gotcha.
Think of it this way. Before sending out party invitations, you might want to double check the guest list.
Right.
The agent's preparing the invitations, but you as the host have the final say over who gets one.
Gotcha. So it adds a layer of oversight,
Exactly.
which is obviously crucial when you're dealing with sensitive information or actions. Okay.
Exactly.
I see the distinction here.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that team of agents for the tech company.
All right.
How would functions play a role in that scenario?
Okay, so imagine the social media agent needs to schedule a post for a specific time.
Okay.
Instead of directly interacting with the social media platform's API, it can use a function.
Okay.
The agent essentially says, here's the post content, here's the desired posting time, and the function will handle the actual interaction with the API.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Keeps the agent focused on its core tasks, managing that content,
Right.
and it delegates all the technical execution.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got the extensions for more standardized interaction and functions for those situations that need more control
Right.
or flexibility.
Yeah.
What other tools are there for these AI agents?
Okay, well, this is where we get into a very fascinating aspect of AI agents.
Okay.
Their ability to tap into vast stores of information. We call these data stores.
Data stores.
Yeah, and they can be a real game changer when it comes to the agent's knowledge and capabilities.
Okay, so it sounds like we're giving these agents access to like some serious information libraries.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that information already be part of the model's training data?
Well, that's the key difference here.
Okay.
A model's training data is static. It's a snapshot of information from a specific point in time.
Right.
Data stores provide a continuous flow of fresh, updated information.
Okay.
Making sure the agent has access to the most current data available.
So it's like the difference between having an encyclopedia on your shelf
Right.
and having like access to the entire internet.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That opens up like a whole new world of possibilities.
It does.
Could you give me an example?
Yeah, absolutely. Imagine you're building an agent to assist financial analysts.
Okay.
The agent can use data stores to access real-time stock prices, market trends, company financial reports, all that stuff. This access to up-to-the-minute information allows it to provide more accurate and insightful analysis,
Okay.
far beyond what it could do with just that static training data.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It really highlights the power of having that dynamic connection
Yeah.
to all these outside sources.
Right.
So how do these data stores work? I mean, are we talking massive databases here?
They are,
Wow.
but there's a layer of sophistication that makes these databases particularly powerful for AI agents.
Okay.
They often leverage something called vector databases,
Okay.
which store information as vector embeddings.
Vector embeddings, what are those?
Well, think of them as mathematical representations of the data.
So instead of searching for just keywords, these vector embeddings let the agent find information based on meaning and context.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, wow.
Pretty cool.
Sounds like, we're getting into some serious AI.
Yeah.
Does this tie into any of those like acronyms I hear about all the time?
You're exactly right.
Oh.
Data stores are a key component of what we call retrieval augmented generation, or RAG.
RAG, there it is.
It's a technique that combines the power of large language models with this vast knowledge contained within these data sources.
Oh, it's like giving the agent a superpower, like to not only process information, but to continuously learn
Right.
and update its knowledge base.
Exactly.
And it's all thanks to these data stores, this
Yeah.
ARG thing.
Exactly.
This is really amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing, and we're only just beginning to explore the potential of this technology, from research and analysis to personalized recommendations and even creative content generation. The possibilities are really limitless.
I mean, I can already imagine a future where AI agents not only perform these tasks,
Right.
but they can also give us like real-time insights
Yeah.
and expert-level advice.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting to think about.
It is.
But we're not done yet, are we?
Not quite.
There's more.
We've covered the brain, the hands, now the vast knowledge base through these data stores.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one more crucial element we got to discuss.
Okay.
How we can enhance the performance of these AI agents through targeted learning techniques.
Okay. Targeted learning. It sounds like we're giving these agents specialized training.
Exactly.
Like sending them to AI boot camp.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
So how do we tailor the learning for these AI agents? What are the different approaches?
Well, there are three main methods we use.
Okay, so just to recap where we are in our AI agent deep dive, we've got the brain, the model.
Right.
We've got the hands to interact with the world
Right.
through those extensions and functions, and then access to tons of information through the data stores.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into targeted learning. So what exactly does that mean in the context of these really, really sophisticated agents?
Well, targeted learning is all about giving our agents those specialized skills, fine-tuning their abilities for specific tasks or domains.
Okay.
It's kind of like providing these tailored training programs.
Right.
So they're not just competent, but they truly excel in their roles.
So it makes me think of like how athletes train for specific events.
Yeah,
A marathon runner is not going to train the same way as like a sprinter.
exactly.
So how do we tailor this learning for AI agents? What are the different approaches?
Okay, well, there are three main methods we use.
Okay.
First, there's in-context learning, and you can think of this as providing on-the-job training.
Okay.
We give the agent a specific task, the necessary tools, and then a few examples to learn from.
So they're learning by adapting to the task at hand.
Exactly.
But what if the task is really complex and requires a lot of knowledge?
Well, that's where retrieval-based in-context learning comes in.
Okay.
It's like giving the agent access to this like massive library
Okay.
of information and tools and examples that it can dynamically search and use while it's working on a task.
So it's like they have this like expert researcher or editor by their side,
Right,
giving them
yeah.
real-time support.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
It is.
So what about the third approach?
Well, that's fine-tuning based learning, and it's like sending our agent to a specialized academy.
Okay.
And we pre-train the model on a massive data set that's really, really relevant to the agent's designated role.
All right.
So, for instance, if we're creating an agent to help medical professionals, we would fine-tune it on, a massive library of medical textbooks, research papers, all those things.
So it's like building that foundation of knowledge
Yeah.
before the agent even starts working on real-world tasks.
Exactly. Ensuring that the agent has a really deep understanding of its domain so it can provide accurate and insightful assistance.
These targeted learning techniques are really impressive.
They are.
But this is all getting me thinking, like, all this talk about agents and tools and all this training, how do we actually build these real-world AI applications? It sounds really complex.
It can be, but thankfully there are platforms designed to make this a lot easier.
Okay.
One example is Vertex AI.
Okay.
It's a powerful cloud-based machine learning platform from Google.
Vertex AI, I've heard that name before.
Oh, yeah.
What makes it so good for building these AI agents?
Well, one of its key advantages is its natural language interface.
Okay.
So you can define the agent's goals, its tasks, even the tools it should use, all using like simple language, no complex coding.
So even someone without a deep technical background could build something like really sophisticated.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really amazing.
It is.
What are some of the other key features?
Well, Vertex AI provides like a full suite of tools for every stage of development, from design and training to deploying, monitoring, the whole thing.
Gotcha.
It handles all that complex infrastructure management. So your agents have all the computational resources they need to work properly.
Sounds like it's doing all the heavy lifting.
It is.
Allowing the developers to focus on the really creative stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Are there any real-world companies using this?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Lots of companies across tons of different industries are using Vertex AI to build agents that can like automate tasks, provide personalized recommendations, even enhance customer service.
Okay.
You could imagine like a retail company using Vertex AI to create like a shopping assistant agent that not only helps customers find products, but gives them personalized style advice and suggests things that would go well together.
So it's like having a personal shopper, like in your pocket.
Exactly.
Amazing. And that all ties back to what we were talking about before.
Right.
With the data stores.
Yep.
They can access all that product information, customer preferences, trends.
Exactly.
This is a game changer.
It is, and we're really just scratching the surface.
There's more.
One area that I think is really exciting is the concept of agent chaining.
Agent chaining,
Yeah.
okay. What's that all about?
Well, imagine a complex task that needs a lot of specialized skills. Instead of building this like super agent that can do everything, you can create a team of these specialized agents that work together really smoothly.
Yeah.
They can communicate, share information, even delegate tasks to each other to achieve this common goal.
So it's like putting together a team of like AI experts.
Yeah, exactly.
With all their own like special skills.
Right, yeah.
That's amazing. And this could be applied to so many different areas.
It could.
Like from research to like solving social problems.
Exactly. The potential is limitless.
Limitless.
Yeah.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From the basic components of these AI agents to some real-world applications, even this glimpse into the future with agent chaining.
Right.
What are like some of the key takeaways you hope people listening walk away with today?
Well, first and foremost, I hope they have a better understanding of what AI agents are and how they're different from those traditional AI models. These agents are not just passive tools. They're active participants. They can take actions, achieve goals, even surpass human capabilities in some areas.
It's a whole different way of thinking about and using AI.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as we were talking about before, that ability to connect to the outside world through the extensions, the functions, and the data stores, that's super important.
It is.
For unlocking the true potential.
Yeah. Those tools are what enable these agents to, like, bridge that gap between the digital world and the physical world
Yeah.
so they can impact our lives in really meaningful ways.
And we can't forget targeted learning.
No,
It's
girl.
not just about having a really powerful model and these tools.
Right.
We have to train these agents to be like experts in their areas.
Exactly. Giving them the knowledge and skills they need to excel.
Exactly. And these platforms like Vertex AI that we were talking about,
Right.
they're making it so much easier to actually build and use these agents, even for people that, aren't super technical.
Exactly. It's democratizing the access to this really powerful technology.
Yeah. And as we move forward, we have to keep looking into, the benefits and the challenges of this technology
Right.
to make sure that these agents are used responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely. That's a key point.
Yeah.
These AI agents hold immense promise, but we need to approach their development very carefully, considering their impact on society.
Yeah.
It's a responsibility we all share,
Right.
researchers, developers, policymakers, citizens, everybody.
Well, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Oh.
I'm walking away with a sense of excitement, but also like a healthy dose of caution.
Yeah.
Excitement for what these agents could do,
Mm-hmm.
but also caution for how we need to guide their development
Yeah.
and use them ethically.
That's a wise perspective.
Yeah.
The future of AI is really up to us.
Yeah.
It's something we have to shape together and make sure that these powerful technologies are used to create a more just and equal and sustainable world.
A better world for everyone.
Exactly, for everyone.
Well, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
This has been a truly incredible deep dive.
It has.
I encourage everyone listening to keep learning about this stuff.
Yeah.
Keep the conversation going.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.